Welcome to the next level. I'm Katie Holmes. Happy New Year, everyone. Today, I am so happy to share with all of you what I call the Fantastic Four. 4 female athletes from Arundel High School. These 4 seniors play volleyball and made it all the way to the state championship this year. We will hear their journey to the states and their personal story of playing sports in high school. All 4 of my guests are going on to play at the next level and will be sharing where they are going next year. My first 2 guests not only shared 4 years of high school together and were teammates, they both have committed to the same Division I school. They will remain teammates for the next 4 years. Please welcome Deviana Walker and Peyton Swinton. Thank you both for being here today and sharing your personal story with me. Let's just jump right in. How did you 2 get involved in sports? At what age? What sports?
So my parents put me in sports at an early age, so like around 3 when you can like start doing all the sports, and I did every single sport there was just to see like what I liked and what I was gonna do.
Yeah, same for me. I started at 3. I started playing soccer, me and my little sister, and then after that I was playing tennis for like years, tennis and soccer, and I started swimming. So we did many sports at a young age. So.
Okay, and then when did you kind of focus on volleyball?
Once I moved to Anne Arundel County, I used to live in Prince George's, but once I moved to Anne Arundel County, my dad was like, you should try a new sport, like to see how you're feeling it, and now that we moved, this is a fresh start for you. So that's when I started playing volleyball, and I didn't know like about volleyball till I moved here because my cousin lives up here and she started playing. So one day I went to her practice and I'm like, oh, what's this sport? And once I saw, I was just like, oh my God, I really think I liked. Yes, I was. And then I'm like, oh, I told my dad the day, I was like, I just want to try this. Like, can I go? And then I started and I was like, oh, I love this. So my dad put me in a rec league and that's how I started. And I ended up playing 11U that year.
So you started at 11?
Yes.
And how old were you?
Probably like 10, 11.
10, 11?
Yes.
Yeah.
And so you're in high school, and you've played all 4 years in high school.
Yes.
Tell me about your experience in high school playing sports.
It's definitely different than like your middle school and like your rec ball, but I would say it's so like opening, and definitely ABB was very like opening and as a family, so it was so easy to kind of like join the team. And as us being like so little, you know, we're freshmen coming to something so different and big, it was a great experience.
Yeah. And for me, I know me and Taylor Johnson, we were in 8th grade and we started going to the summer workouts that they had, and we were just like, oh, like everybody was so much older. We were like, we want the coaches to know us and see that we really want to be a part of this team, so we watched them play and everything. So after that, we were like, after the workouts, we were so excited for tryouts, and once we joined, we were like, this is the best we've ever had, like being able to be at a high school that gives us this family bond, but we also get to work hard towards getting better every day. So ABB has definitely showed us a lot of what it feels like to be a part of something bigger than yourself.
And you guys made it all the way to states, but
Yes.
this wasn't your first time at states.
No.
Tell me about your first time going to states.
Well, for freshman year is when we got cut because of COVID. So we only ended up playing 5 games that year, and we just played 5. We won every single game, and that was the end of our season. But we didn't get a chance to go to states. But then during sophomore year,
We did. Was that 2021?
yes.
Yes, and it was very different because we never experienced that. So like to be able to be on that court, it's very young. It's very big, different than your average high school court, and it was surreal.
It was definitely, we were very nervous, but
Yeah.
once we got on
And
that
just the
court, we were
bus ride
excited.
there.
Yes.
You know, I mean, you guys were sophomores that year.
Right.
So
We had a lot of upperclassmen, like a lot of
Yes.
seniors that we just wanted to play hard for, and we were just so excited that whole season to be with them. So we were like, we want to do this for you, and we
Right.
had such a close bond with them, especially when we were sophomores. That class was really special to us. So I think we were just excited to get the chance to play with them, and before they graduate too. So
right.
We were
and
excited.
so you made it again this year.
we made it
made it
last year
this year,
too, junior
yeah.
year.
You did. So you've been to
Yeah.
states your entire high school career.
Yes.
Yes.
That's amazing.
Yes.
Yeah.
It didn't end how we wanted to, but it was definitely still like surreal to be there, and like a great opportunity because you know we came all this way. So
And making it to states is a win.
right,
You know?
yes,
Yeah.
just being there on that court because not everybody gets the opportunity to make it that far. So for us to be undefeated and get to where we were was very amazing.
our junior and senior year, I mean, we didn't get the result we wanted,
Right.
but I think that making it that far, we were still proud of ourselves, but obviously we did want to finish it like we did our sophomore year. But, I mean, we were undefeated the entire season both years and didn't lose a game at
That's
all.
huge.
Just
63
really,
and
well,
3.
That's huge.
So our whole, what was it? Our
63-3 for our whole 4 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
So it was like
for
amazing
two
to
state
have.
game and then one game during our junior year.
Yeah, with
That was
counties.
it. Counties our
Yeah.
junior year. That was it. So
That's quite an accomplishment.
Yes.
yeah.
How would your teammates describe you two, if I were to ask them? And I can easily ask them.
It's true.
I think we're very supportive and hardworking. We're very dedicated, and like when we want to do something, we're gonna like accomplish it and get that job done. But we're also there for our teammates, and I would say this year has been like the closest we've been with like underclassmen, because we had 8 seniors. So like that's a lot of us leaving. So we wanted to kind of show them that AVB family before we left, so they can like go on with, I guess you could say, your like legacy, I guess,
Yes,
with
of course.
AVB.
You want to leave that behind.
And we definitely have like a lot of energy, so I think we're just really energetic people that also know how to bond with different girls differently. So we obviously know how to create a bond with the different girls, so they know how to
Be leaders on the
yes,
court, just like you
bond
guys.
with-
are.
Yeah, because we're older too, we want to make them feel comfortable, especially being on a varsity team so young, because we have 2 freshmen and
Right.
a lot of sophomores. So just like us, want to make them feel comfortable when they first come in.
What important lessons has playing sports taught you two?
For me, I would say it's taught me to be really mentally strong, because you go through a lot of things during volleyball that nobody knows about, especially going through trying to get recruited, especially one of the biggest things, but then also trying to have confidence in yourself, because with volleyball, it's a sport where you do a lot of comparing to what
Right.
other athletes look like, especially all over the state when you get to see them play, when we
During
have
club
tournaments
season.
and everything. So I would definitely say that the biggest lesson it's taught me is to always be mentally tough and just have confidence in myself and not compare myself to other athletes.
That's great advice.
I definitely agree to that. Like I think in sports, like mental is very important, and it's bigger than physical. Like you can,
Probably 90%.
yes, like you can physically do it, but like your mental has to be good in order for you to like get where you need to be. And a big thing that ABB has did this year was like really focus on our mental aspect of the game, and like just being mentally in the game, because there's going to be tough matches and having to like push through that because you can do it physically, but it's just your mental.
We're going to change the subject just a little bit, because
Okay.
your shirts say you are enough.
Yes.
Tell me about that message.
Every year the seniors have to pick a shirt and like make it, and so this year the senior class, we wanted something that was different but also about something that was a very important topic. So we all just like sat down, was kind of like throwing ideas about it, and we're like, we really want to talk about mental, and like a big thing is like your mental health. And so we wanted to do like, we like how like you matter, like different things, but we also ultimately came up with you are enough, because like a person's looking at that like you are enough, like for yourself. You don't need to like try to be anything that you aren't or that someone else wants you to be.
How has playing sports enhanced your high school careers? I mean, like without sports, if there were no sports in high school, what would high school have been to you? But put it on the fact that there are sports.
Right.
So the fact that there are sports in high schools, how has that enhanced your high school years?
I think it's definitely helped me become more extroverted, because I would say like I'm good with being social, but I wasn't good at always making conversation with people and knowing what to say, or just like talking in general. So I would get really shy. So I think being a part of a sport, especially in high school, has really helped me
Make
become
that
more
connection.
social. So
Just the social aspect of it all, and then like being able to have something you can talk about with some other people, to have like a conversation starter, or a lot of people know you more if you play a sport and if you're actually good at that sport. So
it gave me something to look forward to.
Yes.
That wasn't just schoolwork,
There you go.
something to have an activity I can enjoy while still being able to focus on being a student first. So
How competitive are you two?
very
extremely.
like there's too competitive.
Yeah.
Too competitive.
Yes.
And not like with each other, but like within like teams, and like we Peyton and I really push each other like every single day, whether it's in volleyball, school, or like a regular workout. We are always pushing each other to make each other the best we can be.
So I've been dying to ask a volleyball player this. I went out to a couple games this year, actually quite a few games. And in my head as a fan, I'm saying 1, 2, 3. It goes up, right?
Oh, yes.
Like all I'm saying in my head is you got to hit it 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Are you guys saying that too? Or is it just the fans? Or just me?
We're just we talk to each other, so we're just like, okay,
But how do you keep
this.
track that you can't hit it more than 3 times on one side?
Because there's normally like 3 certain contacts you can have. So like it always starts with something specific and then the middle is something specific and then you end with like a hit normally.
Yeah.
So it's like normally something specific, so it goes together well for us to have
I'm the only one counting. I got it.
Okay.
What are some of your most treasured memories of high school?
First would have to be winning states.
Yes.
I think, well, for me, I got like the last point. So then, that big moment where everybody's running. And I think that was just the most important part to me. Like, that really made me feel so much better and have like more confidence in myself later on, knowing that I really got to be a part of something like this when I was still really young on this team. So I think that has to be one of my favorite memories.
For sure. That's like, shooting the winning shot, right? When the buzzer goes off.
Yes, that's what it
awesome.
felt like. Especially from something I was struggling on all season, so.
Right. Congratulations on
Thank
that. So let's just move forward. You guys are both going on to play at the college level.
Yes.
And tell me where you're going.
Coppin State.
And you're going?
Coppin State.
Yay! So you guys will be playing together for the next 4 years. So did you guys know that you guys were going together? Were you on your own college journey? You were on yours, and it was like, hey, I'm going too. Or how did...
It was very, not secretive, but it was just like we're on trying to figure out where we want to go, talking to different colleges, and we both didn't know that we were going to even choose Coppin State because I had talked to them like a long time ago at a tournament and like Peyton too. So it was just like very separate, and that was just like an idea. But I would say during the summer when at practice we were just like kind of talking about it and kind of making our final decisions, and it ultimately ended up like us going to the same school.
And at first it was like we were both talking to them, but we weren't really talking about a recruiting process because we're like, we don't want to jinx it. We just want to try to go through it. And it was stressful anyway. So we're just like, we're just going to work it out and just like tell each other when we're ready for the time to be right. So then obviously through that time, we didn't realize that the same school we were really liking the most. And then we both did visits later on. And then that's when she said that practice we were talking about to see, oh, so how are you feeling and everything. And we were like, oh, we really love it. Oh, you really love it too.
Yeah,
so we kind of bounced off feeling like
we already
really
knew,
like
had the idea, okay, we're going to be going to the same place.
So what was the deciding factor individually to pick Coppin State? I mean, well, Baltimore, Maryland, so
I know.
You're going to be local. That's great. It's a HBCU, which is amazing. But what was the deciding factor?
A huge part for me was that it was a HBCU, but also the staff and the players. I really felt like I could fit into that place, and it would be like a good chance for me to play because when you're looking at recruiting, you want to see the roster. Like, these girls are 6'5", like they're really tall, so you want to go into a place that fits you, but that you'll also be able to play. You don't want to just be on the bench, you know what I mean? So it's just kind of like seeing what fits best for you, and if they have your major, how you're feeling, if it's a big or small school. So that was like my decision.
What are you majoring in?
Psychology, and then minoring in marketing.
Okay.
I've always wanted to go to HBCU, and I was doing throughout that whole year, I was doing different visits at different schools, and I was just like, I feel like I'm supposed to get that feeling where I know this is where I really want to go, but I didn't know what that feeling was going to feel like. So I'm just like wondering, do I have it here or do I have it here? So then once I got to Coppin and I went on their visit, I was just like, the campus was really nice, and I was just like, even though they look at it as in a city like Baltimore, but when you really go on campus, it's a different experience than just being in that city. So I just realized that the campus was just really nice. So I was like, this is what I like. But then with the coaching staff, I really love too, like she said, and the team. So, and they have a great new department for what I want to go into for business. So yeah.
I think it's great because it's local. I kind of talked to you girls about like who have been some of your biggest supporters. and I know that you said your dad, but I mean, how great for your families, your extended families, to be able to
Yes.
come see your matches. I mean,
know.
Baltimore's right here,
Yeah,
right?
true.
Tell me about your biggest supporters and how they've been there for you over the 4 years. Well, probably more than 4 years, but in high
Yes.
school and being at your matches, and tell me about that. Who's your biggest supporter?
My dad, he's just, of course he's my dad, so he's always been there for me, but you know, he really pushes me to just be the best version of myself I can be, and he's always there, whether it be just talking to me or like sending me a text or just making sure I'm okay. And definitely like during volleyball season, he's always pushing me, telling me like, are you okay? This is what you need to do. Just
Yeah.
working on things.
He's the side coach.
Yes, he really is. He'll get mad at me if I do something wrong, but
Yeah.
yeah, biggest supporter.
What about you?
Mine has to be my dad too. Like,
Yeah.
between both my parents, but my dad especially, because like when I was younger playing, I played on a pretty good team, but I started as a practice player, so then I wasn't really on the team, so
Yeah.
I felt really discouraged. So my dad's like, if this is really what you want, I'm going to help you get there. So after a while, during that whole season, I ended up getting a lot better, so they let me play in tournaments after my dad talked to them.
Yeah.
So then after that, I played on a like really competitive travel team, but I wasn't as tall as everyone and everything.
Well, I'm going to
so.
give you guys an opportunity right now to thank your dads and,
I know,
and your
yes.
families. So go ahead, you can say it.
Thank you, Dad.
Congratulations to both of you.
Thank
making
you.
it to the next level. We're really proud of you.
Thank you.
I mean, it's local. Who knows? You may see me in the stands one day. Counting.
We hope so.
1, 2, 3.
1, 2,
over.
3.
We will be right back with 2 more athletes that have been teammates in high school, but will be off to different colleges next year. We will hear from them after this short break.
Hi, I'm Dr. Mark Bedell, and I am proud to be the superintendent of Anne Arundel County Public Schools, a district of 85,000 students and 14,000 dedicated employees. We are on our way to being the best school system in Maryland, and we could use your help to get there. Consider one of these many careers with us. So what are you waiting for? Apply today and help students like these be
AACPS Awesome!
We are back, and I have with me Bella Talley and Taylor Johnson, who also play volleyball at Arundel High School and will be playing at the next level next year. Welcome, Bella and Tally. Thanks for being here today. I had 2 of your teammates on just right before the break, and they told me pretty awesome story about playing with you. Both of them mentioned you, both of you. So I just want to ask you guys to talk to me about how you 2 got involved in sports. What age were you?
Well, I started at age 3. I was playing doing gymnastics, and then I played basketball. I picked up a basketball behind my brother and my dad. I got into volleyball around age like 4th grade, 10.
10.
My mom did not like basketball for me.
Okay.
She thought it was too rough, and she didn't like the contact sport. So I did volleyball, and I hated it at first. I didn't want to play. The balls were hurting my arms. Like, I was just like, I didn't like it. But my mom kept pushing me, and she was like, well, Taylor, just keep trying it out. She would take me to clinics, and I would come home crying. Like, I did not want to play. But I ended
So
up
it was not an easy start.
No.
Okay.
But I did end up really liking it when I started travel club volleyball, and I played for a team called Bava, and I think I played in 5th grade. But I liked the social aspect of it. I still didn't like the volleyball part.
Yeah.
But then I
my
actually
goodness.
started liking volleyball when I got to 7th,
Okay.
8th grade.
What about you, Bella?
I also did gymnastics, but I did it from age 2 because you start young, and I did it up until I was 11. So I did it for a really long time. I did a couple sports here and there, but I stuck gymnastics was my core. And then I was 11, and I was I'm so bored with this. I've been doing this since I was could talk, and it's also a lot of anxiety. And it's an individual sport, so you're really in your head. So I was I want to try something new. So I just I picked up volleyball. I picked up rec really young. Like, I kind of came to the game late. I started at 12. But
Oh, that's really late, Bella.
yeah, really late.
That's
But and I didn't play club my 13U year. I started at 14U.
Okay.
And so I was kind of new, but I had a really good coach, thankfully. So she really brought me into it. And when I was in 8th grade, and I saw Arundel win the state championship in 2019, and I was like, oh, I'm playing for this team. Like, I have to be on this team. I was so excited. So that's kind of how I really got into it, because I wanted to be ready for high school, so I started working harder. And
Yeah. It's amazing how younger kids look up to the athletes in school. And
That's literally how I got into the sport, because I saw them win that state championship, and I was like, I want to be a part of that.
so now we're in high school. You guys are seniors. You're graduating this year. Tell me about what sports have taught you through your 4 years in high school.
Okay, mine's kind of weird. Like, mine's like nothing's ever that serious. Like, you should be working hard and you should be putting in your best effort, but at the end of the day, you shouldn't hate your sport. You shouldn't hate how it makes you feel. And that's how I felt when I was in gymnastics. Like, of course I was working hard. I wanted to go to the Olympics, like Gabby Douglas and stuff like that, but it wasn't making me happy. So like, finding people you love in your sport and love for your sport is really important. And also asking.
You should write that down as a quote.
Should I?
Yes, you should, Bella.
Yeah, it's just like, of course you should be working hard and you should take it serious, but if you're not happy, then it's not that serious, and you should find something that you
So
love
all
to
the
do.
viewers that are watching need to write that down. Put it on a sticky and say it over and over.
Yeah.
What about you?
Sports taught me to set realistic goals for yourself and to always follow your path. I think sports and also time management.
Yes.
But setting realistic goals for yourself is really important, because you can't do everything that every other athlete is doing, and to always focus on your path, because when you look at other people next to you and your path isn't the same as theirs, you start getting down on yourself.
Don't compare yourself.
And so like what Peyton was saying, so like, don't get down on yourself, and always set realistic goals, but also make sure that you're taking the time to actually achieve those goals.
How have your coaches taught you that? Like, what have they instilled in you as players to get to where you are today?
So, our coaches at Arundel, we always do journal book writing. So every single, like during preseason, we would have one every single day, and it would be like something surrounded around mental health. And then like,
That's fantastic.
yeah, so we actually did do goal setting for the season, specifically like personally and as a team, and we set realistic goals. And
love
then
that.
towards the end of the season, we kind of circled back around it, and we saw like what we achieved.
Same thing for you?
Yeah, like the goal setting is really important, because they also have us do the steps to get there. So it's not just like, oh, I want to be a state championship, like, or I want to be a state champ. Like, yeah, everyone wants to be a state champ, but we have to have the steps to get there. And when we lost the state championships this year, we went in the locker room. Of course, we're all devastated. We're all crying. And our coach is like, you're gonna wake up tomorrow and you're gonna eat breakfast. You're gonna be okay. Like, of course this sucks and it hurts, but she was like, tomorrow you're gonna wake up. Your mom's gonna give you a hug. You're gonna be okay. Like, you're gonna eat breakfast. It's just another day. So yeah, that's what they've taught me.
So you two are both going on to play at the next level.
Yes.
You guys are not the two teammates that were just out here. They are going to Coppin State together, but you two are going to two different places. So we'll start with you, Bella. Tell me where you're going next year.
I'm going to Albright College in Pennsylvania.
Nice. Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you.
Why did you choose that college?
I got really lucky. I was not going to play in college. My senior year, I had no highlight reels. I had nothing. I had no emails to coaches. And my club coach, she's friends with the head coach at Albright, and she was like, this girl saw you play in the club and she wants to talk to you. And so I went up for a visit. I went up for some camps, and it turned out like that the coaches were friends with a lot of, like, they all went to school in Maryland. Like, they knew club coaches that I played with, and they knew people I played with. And so when I got there, I already felt connected.
Yeah, networking.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. People know people, And so it was really, I just felt so connected when I got there. And of course, I wanted to jump at that opportunity because I was so behind. I was not going to
Good for you.
Yeah.
Good
So,
for you.
I got lucky, but I ended up really loving the school in the end.
Good. Congratulations.
Thank you.
What about you?
For me, I'm going to play at Norfolk State University.
Congratulations.
It's an HBCU, and the deciding factor, I went for a visit, and well, I had a couple phone calls with the coach, and she was just very welcoming, like from the jump. Like, it was kind of like I already knew her and we already had a relationship. She's been watching my film for a very, very long time, so she was just like, the first phone call, she was like, whenever you're ready, like, we're ready for you. And so, like, we had another phone call, and it was with my mom and my dad, and it was a FaceTime call this time, because, you know, FaceTime is like, and so,
It's
like,
different.
It's different.
yeah, and it was a FaceTime call, and she was just like, you know, like, it's your ballpark, like, whenever you want to come. And I was just, because I didn't know what an offer looked like, because when I used to go to, like, other camps and ask other girls, like, oh, what does that look like? Like, for Debbie, I'm sure, like, I think it was on the spot, and, like, for Peyton, I think it was on the spot. But, like, some people get emails, some people get, like, it was just all over the place. So I was
It happens differently for everybody.
Right.
It's different for you.
Yeah.
And so I was just like, is this an offer? 'Cause,
Yeah.
like, she wasn't like, so I
Yeah.
was like, is this an offer? She was like, yes. Like, she texted me, she was like, you're offered a position. Like, we're ready for you. You can come down anytime. We'll make time for you. So I went for a visit, and as soon as I got there, I fell in love with the campus.
You knew.
Yeah.
It felt
like,
right.
They were so welcoming. They made sure that I was okay. They made sure I was in check. Like, anything I needed, it was good. And the facility was nice. It was just everything I wanted, so.
Yeah.
And it's not too close to home because, no.
Right. What will you two miss most about high school? Nothing?
I think,
Okay.
Like, sports
Everything.
I'm going to miss the sports.
Yeah.
And I think it's just because, like, you know, when you're really good at your sport, or, like, when you're a senior, like, everybody is just like, oh, my gosh, like, making posters and stuff. So, like, I think I'm going to miss, like, the attention and, like, being able to give back to the school. But I'm also going to miss, like, being around my friends every day, being able to play with them every day, because going to college, like, there's
It's a
a
new life.
whole new life,
Yeah.
whole new set of people. So I think I'm definitely going to miss, like, bonding with my teammates and, like,
Yeah.
being
What
with
about
each
you,
other.
Bella? What are you going to miss?
Mine's the same as her. It's kind of like you're going from big fish in a small pond to a small fish in a big pond.
Well
like,
said.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, the relationships I've built at school are such a big deal to me.
Yeah.
And I feel like,
But now,
again,
you know, it's easy. Like you just said, talk about FaceTime. You'll
Yeah.
still be able to connect.
Yeah.
Who has been both of your biggest supporters?
for me, I would just say my whole family,
Your
honestly.
whole family.
The girls know. My grandparents show up an hour before the game starts. It's so funny. They all think it's so funny. And she brings me dinner, and after every game, no matter win or lose, my mom hugs me, and she tells me I did a great job. And she just tells me, my dad too, they'll be like,
Yeah.
you could lose every game this season. We're going to love you either way. So it's
Awesome.
just a refreshing, like, so like my whole family.
Awesome. What about you?
I would say my family, and my friends. I would say, like, family, because, like, they've always been supportive, and, like, this summer it was just a very hard summer recruiting wise.
Yeah.
Because the club we used to play for was just so behind with the recruitment process. So, like, my friends, they helped me through my recruiting process. Like, I know Peyton, like,
Emotionally.
she gave me, like, the support that I needed to, you know,
Yeah.
get through. She gave me, like, all of the emails, all of the film, like, how to cut film, because my family is not very
Okay.
technological.
Well, I'm going to give you guys an opportunity to give a shout outs to your families and thank them.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Mom. Thank you, Dad.
I love you.
Aw, congratulations on making it to the next level. We're
you.
really proud of you and good luck.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us. We had a good time.
Thanks for coming here. Thank you to the Fantastic Four Arundel Lady Wildcats. Once a Wildcat, always a Wildcat. I am a Wildcat.
Yes.
What a privilege it is to sit here and talk with you about playing sports and sharing your personal story with me. We wish you the very best at the next level. I like to close every show with a quote from an inspiring athlete. Each of us has a fire in our hearts for something. It's our goal in life to find it and keep it lit, said gold medalist Mary Lou Retton. Thank you for joining us on The Next Level. I hope you will continue to watch the show this season as we highlight seniors each month. I'm Katie Holmes. Thank you for watching, And Happy New Year. May this year be the best year.